Welcome to the Money Watch Show. It's Tuesday, March 12th, and we are here trying to help you make better financial decisions. We is me, Jill Schlesinger, and the other part of the we is executive producer extraordinaire and co-host of this program, Mark Talercio. Good morning, Mark.
Hello, Jill. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday is right. And how are you doing today, Mark? What's the mood down there in the in the area of, say, Brooklyn?
As we speak on this gray, damp, rainy day, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking outside. I can't even see the skyline. It's all hidden by the clouds.
Oh, dear. Well, here's my big question for you today, Mark. What's going on the JillOnMoney.com website that you can update the people with? Because, I sit here and promote it all the time. I'm wondering if your promotion of it might have a different angle. What do you see on the website?
What do I see? I see fresh content, updated. I would say at least daily, Monday through Friday, it's updated. The weekends, it depends what's going on. We usually throw up the latest Compound episode over the weekend.
How are you feeling about your Compound episodes? I think it's been a lot of fun. Hey, somebody came up to me, one of my producers at CBS, who told me they stumbled upon the Compound on YouTube, and they were like, how did you get permission to do this? I said, I don't ask for permission. I just do these things.
Jill asked for permission?
Apology after the fact, no permission. So, it is very interesting to me that people are stumbling upon content in different ways. And I guess that this whole YouTube thing is going to be for real. It's going to stick around. I'm just kidding. I knew that it would. Are you having fun being the co-host of the Compound?
I'm having a lot of fun, but I will say I really don't watch the episodes after the fact. Do you?
Yes, of course I do. I listen to every one of our episodes and watch every one of those episodes. And What is hard for me, which is, listen, I listen to the episodes on increased speed so I can get through them. But I want to listen to how I sound. I'm very critical of myself. The thing that's hard for me about Jill on Money powered by the Compound is that, I'm used to television, which is graphics heavy. Okay. And I understand that YouTube viewers are not expecting to see a network television video blurb there, right? They're just not. But it's hard for me to watch it without thinking, oh, God, it's so boring. Just two talking heads. So I do want there to be some additional graphic elements. And by the way, if you want a little boost of energy, just check out Jill on Money, the other podcast, because we have episodes with Ed Slott and they're fantastic. So that's what I have to say about that. All right, let's go talk to Amy. She's on the line from New Jersey. Amy, how are you? What's going on?
I'm great, Jill, and nice of you guys to have me on.
Of course. What's happening? What's shaking? How can we help you out today?
I am at the stage of my life where I am considering buying a home. But one of the biggest questions I'm asking myself is, does it really make sense? Once I run the numbers.
Hold on a second. Did you hear what Mark just said? He said no.
He said no.
All right. So first of all, Amy, are you buying this house by yourself or with a partner?
Yes.
Or with, yes. Okay.
By myself. I am 41.
And you're working full time now?
I work full time. Yes.
How much do you earn?
So I earn, my base salary is $156, and I get a pretty steady bonus of about $40,000 a year.
So you're making about $200,000. That's great.
Close to, yes.
That's fantastic. Yes. How much are you contributing to retirement based on that? I'm just going to round it up to 200. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I I have been maxing out my 401k for the past 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
So the balance in there is about 300,000.
Great. That's awesome.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought I was a bit behind, actually.
You know what? Don't compare you to anybody else. Let's not go there. Okay. How much are you paying in rent right now?
So I pay $1,875 right now.
What? You can't buy and do anything close. Do you like where you live?
I do like where I live, but I think I'm outgrowing it.
Why? I didn't hear a partner and 3 kids. What are you outgrowing?
I think I just have too much stuff.
Oh,
and
well,
I think
I have a better idea.
All those shoes.
What is the stuff? Let's okay, hold on a second. Okay. So you're so funny.
Go get a storage unit.
Exactly right. So much cheaper. $18.75. You're running a little tight on space because you got stuff because you're a single person making 200 grand and you're putting money into your retirement account. What about in your what about a savings or investment account? What's outside of retirement?
Yeah, so I'm pretty good about saving and investing. So I managed to squirrel away about $3,000 a month in a brokerage account.
How much is in the brokerage account?
So in all, I have 206 in a brokerage and 205 in a money market account.
And the money market, is that kind of your earmark for a down payment?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a combination of a down payment and an emergency fund.
Okay. How much, I mean, you're saving a ton of money when you think about this, right? So, 20 something thousand in your retirement account, 36,000 in your brokerage account. How much does it cost you to live right now?
About $2,700 a month, or a little under that. I live way under.
Yeah.
My needs.
Again, buy a storage unit. Let me ask you a dumb question.
Okay.
Let's say I'm not going to do the house yet, but like if you wanted to move to a different unit, a larger unit in the same area, what would it cost you?
Probably close to 3,000.
Oh, so that's the big jump. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So is the choice stay where I am, move into something bigger, or buy something? Are those my three options?
Those are, that's essentially it. And I'm thinking long term as well. Like, what's the benefit of me renting long term? You know, should I just bite the bullet and, jump into this mortgage? But then it's going to be so much more than I pay in rent right now. So that's sort of like the decision that I'm trying to.
But like, you want to buy a big house all by yourself? You're going to have you're going to knock around. Is this a condo? Like, what do we think? What's our option number 3? What would we be buying? How much would it cost?
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is a multifamily unit, but the cheapest that I have found is in about the 500s, which will still put me at like a $3,000 mortgage. Yes, there may or may not be a tenant there, but I'm just thinking of it in terms of, what if there is no tenant?
Yeah.
So that's the cheapest. And then, I'm also.
What about, instead of saying cheapest, like what would you really want? Let's just move, because I think it would not be worth it to move into something that's like the cheapest place I could, like what you would, if you bought a 2-family, you really want to be in for some period of time.
Yes, correct.
How much would that be?
That would realistically be $700,000.
Oh, that's just what I wrote down. And so you would take the 200 grand in the money market, you'd put that 200 grand down, and you'd have a $500,000 mortgage. Mark, what's the $500,000 mortgage? What's the mortgage rate now? 7.5 ish?
Somewhere around 7. So I mean, she's looking 3,500.
Okay, but that would be 3,500 for principal and interest. What about taxes? Where the taxes, the homeowner's insurance, and all that, right? So that would add another $1,000 at least, or more?
At least another $1,000. I think the taxes alone maybe around 14.
Okay, so I'm going to say 1,500. So now I'm into this place for $5,000 a month, right? Yeah. And I haven't even paid for like upkeep. But you're right. If it's 2-family, you could get rent. So, I think it's worth thinking about that just to give us the fuller picture. Okay. So, I don't know. What do you think? $1,500 a month in rent if you had a 2-family that was like this? $2,000 a month?
I would say maybe 17 just to be safe.
Okay. So 1,700 a month. But of course, we have nothing around upkeep, which, is a real number. So that would probably be another, I don't know. I mean, you have to consider it to be like 1 or at least 2% of the purchase price. So now, so let's say that net, you got rental income, you're paying for upkeep, but this will cost you an additional, let's call it $4,000 a month. Just Okay. Now, Mark, Amy's just 41 years old. Okay. So obviously she could actually afford $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
But
financially,
I just want to put this in clear terms. You can afford $4,000 a month because what would happen is, you're not going to pay so you don't have 1875 and you've got your free cash flow of, $3,000 a month. So the question I have for you is, how do you feel not saving as much money? You'd be a little bit house poor in this arrangement. How does that make you feel?
Yes. That's going to be a complete change for me because it's going to take away my security blanket.
Right. So here's what I think. If you're asking me, what should you do? I'm not sure that I would buy right here. I just don't think I would. I don't feel like it's compelling. I don't think that you're laying a situation where, I've got 4 kids, we're busting at the seams. You're like, I don't have enough space for my stuff. Like, I feel like we can do a better job with that. But also what I think is that because you have this amazing cash flow, you've got a lot of opportunity. I guess the question is whether you really feel like, can you put the idea of owning on the shelf for a few years? Can you just put that away so that we can invest some of that money market account?
That I can do.
You can. Okay. So this is what I would say. You like security. I hear that. I get that you want to buy something, but the entry point of where you purchase is actually, especially for a 2-family, is important. Yes. So if you waited 3, 4, 5 years and, maybe your life's going to change. Maybe you're going to have a new job. Maybe you're like, I'm done with New Jersey. What was I thinking about buying here? There's a lot of opportunities. And I do feel like at 8, even if your rent were $2,500 and even if you really said, I'm just going to pay that $3,000 a month to be in a great place that I love and I have a long-term rental, I'm okay with that. I think that the key is that if you're not going to buy something for 5 years or something, we can get some of that money market invested. We can round out the brokerage account and you still have tons of options. So I'm against the purchase. Mark, what about you?
I could probably be convinced either way. Again, financially, she can pull it off if she really, really wanted to, but I don't really hear that in her voice.
I don't either.
So I would probably wait and just, let the real estate market settle down. Mortgage rates will come down. It'll be a better place to buy in a handful of years down the road.
That's what I think. And also, as I said, I think that your life could change. And to allow for that, I think it would be smart for us to have a little more patience. That's kind of where I'm coming down. Does that feel okay to you when we play it out that way? Because it doesn't even sound like you're that gung-ho about it. You're like, I feel like I should. Are you like some sort of first generation person whose parents are like, you have to own real estate? Are you?
I am. Yeah. I am. And I'm also not very excited about what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so that's it. Like, you doesn't sound like you're compelled. And so if you were like, I'm dying to own something, I hate what, okay. You know what I mean? Like, then I'm okay.
Right.
So, anyway, I just feel like I
appreciate that.
That's something that is, at least from my perspective, that is something to like listen to, but also put up away and say that's a voice, but it's just a voice. I think you're in very good shape.
And you think you're behind. You're early 40s. You basically got what, $700,000?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's great.
Kicking butt.
It's great. You're kicking butt, baby. So
really?
Amy,
thank you.
Yeah, keep kicking butt. You know what? I feel comfortable about this, and who knows? I just feel like we're going to hear back from you, and I'm excited to hear what comes next for you. How about that?
Oh, thank you. You'll definitely hear from me again, Jill and Mark.
All right. Sounds good. Hey, thanks so much for joining us. And if you are like Amy and you're feeling that nudge, that pull, I should own something. By the way, the word should is very difficult in the financial world, especially in personal finance. You should be at a certain point. I should have this much money saved. It all depends on your specific situation. It is not something that is reconcilable by a simple back of the envelope formula. So you have to go within yourself. And we would love to take you on that thought process with us. So if you're thinking about buying something, if you're looking at rent versus buy and you're trying to weigh these things, what I would do is I would go to our website, JillOnMoney.com. I would click on the Contact Us button and write us a note. And if you're there and you're willing to come on the air live, you can do it via audio or video. Does not matter to us. Mark does everything. While you're there, don't forget to sign up for the free weekly newsletter and check out our YouTube show. It's called Jill on Money, powered by The Compound, co-starring Mark Talercia, who is also the co-host of this program and the executive producer of everything that is touched in our world. He is also the king of our web. We are distributed by Paramount Global. We drop our episodes Tuesdays and Thursdays. Could you please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen? And put your hands physically or metaphorically on someone's back. Do something nice for someone today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you on Thursday.